Trifox here, it's X16, Trifox shipped one out for me, as requested by you gang, the audience. Let me know what bikes you want me to review down below, you know. You want me to do the SL7, we got the SL7, S-Works. You want me to review it? Just let me know down below what you want me to review, and we'll review it, alright? You can even send an email to a marketing of any brand and say, hey, send a frame out to durianrider. Let him tell you the truth about it. What's the deal? X8 seat post spare. Here we go, little Junior here. Junior's trying to help me. Go on, dude. This cat helps unpack it. Hey, Junior. He's a little tomcat, little twink tomcat. Yeah, send emails out to the PRs. We'll give them the honest opinion. You know, so many bike reviews out there. It's just paid stuff. It's boring. Like if you watch the SL7, the reason why I pick on the SL7 is because it's such a hyped up bike, the most hyped up bike ever, and it's absolutely let down. It's an absolute bucket of shit. S-Works Epic, S-Works Epic's also bucket of crap, the new one. But the SL7 is junk, man. Absolute junk. So, but you wouldn't think it's junk because you see all this rave reviews, cycling tips, bike radar, etc. Just raving about the SL7, how good it is, more aero. The Cycling Tips podcast. This is a bunch of freaking wank, man. So I try and be different and give you the honest opinion, man. If it's good or if it's shit or legit. So we're going to build this bike up and I'm going to give you my honest feedback on it. If it is legit or nothing. Plastic we can recycle. My first gripe with this is proprietary. So you're limited to 27.2. So you're limited to 20 offset. If you're like me, you like slam, then you're going to be up stranded. Paint quality wise, it's as good as any S-Works sort of stuff. Finish wise, yep, reasonably symmetrical. But yeah, that's the seat post for it.
Can you flip it?
What's that?
Can you flip it?
You can't flip it around, no, because it's D-shaped.
Oh.
You know? So that's my only negative bike would be this straight away. I do prefer 27.2. You get more custom fit. That's why I like the Windspace SLC, the old Tarmacs, the old Madones, Treks, Cannondales. Proprietary seat post for me, it's not as good as 27.2 because you can't get that full custom fit, and you're also dealing with, you know, a little seat clamp design as well. So same seat clamp design. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Let's get this thing off. See, 27.2, always the best. 27.2 the best. Go and zoom in on the cat while I'm wrapping this. That's something to look at.
So, is there any zero offset they make for that frame?
No, not currently. But I talked with Trifox and said you should do zero offset option, you know, because from what I've been told by a few friends, these are a high performance frame riding wise. So if you want high performance, you've got to have high performance fit as well, and that means
definitely,
you know, you want to have zero offset. 27.2 bike industry, 27.2 is the best. We know that for a long time. You know, anything that's not 27.2 is a negative, 100%, no matter the brand. No matter the brand. That's why, you know, I don't sell 27.2 posts on my Pragma brand. Because, I do sell, why I only sell 27.2. It's a lot of packaging here for recycling. So there's no spikes in one piece. Okay, so we've got the packaging off. The finish. One of my complaints with the X8 was a little bit of paint left over in there. I had to sort of put a screw and stick it around, but that looks to be better. It looks to be better, but again, the paint's pretty thick, so if there's a bit of excess, just better screw in there. Takes, you know, less than a minute. If we're looking at here, the dropouts flush. That's important. Paint quality is very good. It's S-Works quality paint. It's not Trek quality, but I'm going to give it S-Works quality. Decals, looks very nice. Yeah, S-Works quality paint. Finish, S-Works quality. I just put a torch down there before, I put a torch inside here, S-Works quality. So yeah, I'm impressed with the quality so far. Paint run through, looks to be okay on this fork. Oh, maybe a little bit of a screw I need to put in there, clean it out a little bit. Let's have a look at the, we're gonna wait in a second. Fork tips, yeah, wow, they've, you know, so a little bit of excess paint there. But again, I just broke off my fingernail, so that's okay now. So yeah, but S-Works quality. S-Works quality, for sure. Fork stiffness, feels pretty typical for a full carbon fork, pretty lightweight. Let's go inside now, and we'll weigh these bad boys. So we have the Trifox fork. We're going to measure against the Lapierre, which is an Eastern EC90 SL, similar weight, a little bit heavier than Lapierre, but stiffness, Eastern's good. So we're going to measure it by, put the fork on the edge there, and then it's going to give it a compression, see how much it flexes in. So you got to, you know, I'm doing it roughly very scientifically. So you got about 2 or 3 mil, probably about 3 mil actually of deflection there. All right, it's the Trifox fork. That just means it's going to have the handling characteristics. You obviously want a bit of flex, but not too much. This mushy locked SL7, and then we have this one here. So it's very, 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 very similar amount of deflection. And I'm sort of doing that pretty hard. I'm trying to crush it with the right up here, trying to flex it there. So, you know, benchmark fork, weight of the Trifox fork is uncut, so 330, so quite a light fork. Light is not always better, but
these scales accurate.
They're very accurate, these scales. Consistent. And then the Lapierre Eastern fork, EC90, 390, you know, so, and that's been cut down. So this is if you're 80 kilos plus, this is going to be a better fork for you potentially. But then we're going to weigh the frame. We've got dropout. It's a 54-centimeter frame, I think, when here. And we are going to let it zero out. And then, I want me have a little poking through there. Natasha, we've got 961. So if you combine the fork, you've got almost identical weight to a Tarmac SL7, which down here, the S-Works behind us here, that's around the same weight, almost to the gram. Once you include the fork, the Tarmac fork's a little bit heavier, but this frame's probably about 50 grams heavier in this colorway. Again, it's going to vary bike to bike, batch to batch, but we're going to build this bad boy up and see how it goes. So that's the Trifox X16. What group set do you want me to build it with? Let us know. We've got E-Tap, we've got Di2, we've got Ultegra, whatever you want to do, a budget, we'll do a bling, seat posts. Now, whenever you're doing a seat post to a fork, they say cut twice. Oh, sorry, cut twice. Measure twice, cut once. I say that's not a good rule. I say measure 4 times, cut once. I've never ever made a mistake of cutting a seat post too short.
Yes, you have.
No, I haven't. I've never ever cut a fork too short. Never. Not me. I'm professional, right? So measure 4 times. Sorry about the French. Measure 4 times, cut once. Okay, so if you know what seat height you're running, because I'm tapping this down here, and there's something tapping down there. So it looks like there's a stopper in there. So you want to make sure that you've got enough seat posts, at least on these seat stay, drop seat stay bikes. You want to have the seat posts go at least, I'd say 2 centimeters under this here. Okay, if it's a standard seat stay, then at least like that. All right, so you want to have it below. That way, it's giving support. Okay, so the more seat posts you got in the frame, the stiffer your frame will be. So make sure you measure 4 times, cut once. So we're going to have it about here. And let's see where the seat post goes down to. Okay, so it's not going all the way down. Maybe there's something in the frame I'm going to clean out. But that's the max extension. It's a 350mm post, so that's going to look like about that. So yeah. Anyway, you're going to fiddle around with that. Make sure you measure 4 times, cut once. You can buy replacement seat posts from Trifox, and about 50 US. How much does an S-Works post cost? And it's coming out of China as well. The S-Works SL7, made in China. The Trifox X16, made in China as well. Even designed and engineered in Shenzhen. So they're not hiding the fact. Specialized in other brands. They're making their bikes out of China, frames out of China. Go to shipping to Taiwan. Put a made in Taiwan stick on there. for me, you know, our phones are made in China, your phones are made in China. I don't know what the issue is, but everything's made in China these days, pretty much, in bike world. Envy seat posts, Envy bars come out of China, Envy forks come out of China. So that's the deal. End of the day, this looks legit, but let's ride it and see how it goes.